Hello, and thank you for joining me for my follow-up talk on bumblebees of the Aroostook National Wildlife Refuge. This is a follow-up a month later. I visited here on the 9th of July, but I'll report both findings from the 8th of June and the 9th of July. So let's get into it. So if you recall from my first talk, the Aroostook National Wildlife Refuge is in Limestone, Maine, north of the access road that comes out of Caribou to the east. I believe that's Route 89. And on my first visit, I went just to the Wildlife Refuge headquarters or visitor center, did the area around the visitor center and the loop road that you see here. And during that visit, primarily we had two species. There was common dandelion and ground ivy, both flowering profusely throughout the lawn and in the woods. And Bombus ternarius, the tricolor bumblebee, was all over that. And again, this is from the beginning of June. You'll recall from the report in June, and that was that I found what I thought would be Bombus vagans, the half-black bumblebee. It could have been also Sanderson, but here I'm reporting it as Bombus vagans, at least the possibility, and it was both on the lupin and the perennial cornflower. So a month later, I come back to the visitor center and the wildlife refuge. This is the 9th of July, and now white clover and selfheal are flowering. And both species, the tricolor bumblebee and the half-black bumblebee, were in good numbers, and they were feeding on both of these plants. So this is a month later, a change in the flora, and they were taking advantage of that. From there, I left and went up to the bunker area to the north. And when you get to this area where you can see I put number 3, this area is blocked off. You have to go to the right. Take that road to the right and up to the bunker area, and I hunted around this where you see number 1 at this intersection, and then also number 2 up at the bunkers. And what was there was a lot of red clover and vetch flowering. There's other plants in here as well that you'll see in a little bit of a close-up. There's that bedstraw, and there's a few other plants, but this is kind of what it looked like. But there was a lot of vetch. It's a little hard to see at this distance, and red clover. And the Bombus borealis, the northern amber bumblebee, was in good numbers all over the vetch, and then occasionally would touch down on the red clover. But really good numbers. These were very large. I was assuming they were queens. And on some of them, you could see them collecting pollen as well. But they were feeding on the vetch extensively and almost exclusively. So I came back down to that intersection where you see the number 3 on the map here. And the area to the north and to the west of the 3 is closed off. And there was vetch and dogbane. You can see dogbane in the picture here. And I couldn't get a great picture of it. Of course, there were more across where it says keep out, so I couldn't get over there. But here you can see the dogbane, and there were tricolor bumblebees on this dogbane, and also in where there was vetch, there were northern amber bumblebees. So the great news is that northern amber was in very good numbers, almost exclusively on the vetch. I will be going back as a follow-up the beginning of August to look at floral changes and see if I can find any other bumblebees, and we'll report back on that as well. So thank you for your interest, and look forward to talking to you next time.